Welcome back to my very hot office and Holly's living room.
Yeah.
It's hot today, and I'm upstairs in the Cape Cod. I actually here we'll do this. Look, I installed the window air
Oh,
conditioner
there you
today
are.
because it's like 84 degrees. Like, what happened to spring?
Yeah, well, it seems like I posted that picture of it snowing, and then it's 80. I feel like we missed a step.
We did. Like I think that's been a thing lately. Like forget spring. What is that? We go from the heat is on to the air conditioning is on.
Although I will tell you, the nice thing is it's getting warmer. The studio, because we insulated and everything, is staying quite nice and cool. So
You
that's
got all the trees around it.
right. It's actually the barn. When I step out into the main area of the barn, is much, much warmer. It had to have been at least a 10-degree difference between my space and the rest of the space. So I win.
Well, that's like the basement in my house, right? So like
Right?
the main you go down to the main floor, it's cooler. You go down to the basement and it's very comfortable. And I'm like, of course my office, I put my office on the upstairs where it's like oh wow.
Of course. Well, we were out at camp today, speaking of the studio, and had Tallulah. And Tallulah, for those who don't know, I will make sure I post a picture. I posted one the other day of her having discovered a muddy, boggy section around the pond. It was
Yeah.
awesome. She is now 4 months old, a little more than 4 months old. She went from 12 pounds when we brought her home to over 30.
Wow.
Yeah. She can sit and she can semi-stay. She can do paw and we'll shake, and she can do down and leave it. We've been working on that with treats. And so she can do all of those except when she's excited. So we're now trying to work on it, like when she gets excited that somebody, the kids are coming or whatever, we shoot for it. It doesn't work as well, but when she does sit, when I tell her and there's something exciting going on, she gets a treat and she gets praise. So she's getting better. She has discovered she really likes mud. And today it was a little warm out of camp. So she dug through some leaves down to the mud layer
To
and
lay in
then
it.
laid in that. And it was wonderful. So that's my Tallulah
Oh,
updates.
I love that you're training her because there's nothing I hate more than an untrained dog. Like, train your darn dog. Now, will you train her to heel?
I should have said that because I'm a walker. And one of the reasons himself got me a new dog, I missed, after months and months and months of not being able to walk because I was on crutches, to be out and about and starting to walk again by myself was about the loneliest thing I've ever done. And we decided everybody's staying at home. You're not going. So it was a good time to train a puppy. So she has learned heel. The first few walks, she'd never been on a lead. They were, just awful. And now, I mean, we're talking a couple months since we got her. She heels really good, except when, and see, there's always an except when there is a robin that is, and now they know she's not a fan. So they taunt her.
They torment her.
So they come like right up in front of her or fly over her, and then it's impossible to behave. And cars have been a problem. So that's one of the things we're actively working on.
Yeah.
When they go by, frequently I'll have her sit, she'll get a treat. I want her to associate them with something good, not something scary or annoying. And if I don't have treats with me, we still do the sit. I let her watch them go by. And it doesn't seem as daunting if she's watching them as if we're walking and they're coming up. So if I hear a car coming, I frequently just have her sit. We'll watch it go by. I praise the heck out of her if there's no treats in my pocket. And we keep going. So she's doing better with that. But if there are no cars or robins, then she is already for 4 months old, and she's so big already to be more than 30 pounds. She's still a baby, but she is doing so good with that.
I'll tell you, I always had big dogs as well. And I feel like if you have a big dog, you must train them. But I think little yappy dogs should be trained as well. I don't think any dog should walk at your heel. That's where they belong. You are the alpha. They are not. My neighbors have a German Shepherd and they walk it on a retractable leash. And I'm like, what the heck? I keep waiting to someday see them being dragged down the street by the German Shepherd on this retractable leash. Like, it doesn't, no, that dog does not belong out in front of you.
One of our regular parts of our walk is we go to a school playground parking lot area. So it's just a big wide open space. And to train her to look to me for cues, we walk through it and I just turn on a heel and switch directions.
Exactly.
And then we'll take 5 or 6 steps. And I've noticed when we get there, she watches me more closely. So occasionally during the walk, I'll do something unexpected.
Do you do the sit when you stop? Sit when you stop.
And she does, well, most of the time. I don't always stop if there's no cars coming. But if I stop, she stops.
Yeah, right. No, right. Yeah, because again, that's it. I mean, I took our big dogs, to obedience training and that's how a dog is to walk at your heel. When you stop, the dog sits.
Right.
If you do the pivot, they quickly walk around to the other side and carry on. Exactly. I was able to, with my big dogs, like they got to the point, they didn't need a leash.
Right.
They were so
and that is Tallulah's
healed.
other amazing skill is when we let her off at camp, I don't put her on the lead anymore. So we started slow, like between the cottage and the barn. We'd take a walk and she would come with. And again, like 90% of the time, she doesn't like it if she can't see me. So if I call her and she doesn't come, I go in, I slam the barn door so she hears it slam, and then she panics and comes running. So she's learned, she pretty much sticks with me. And today I was walking back towards the cottage and she ran ahead and then sat in front of the cottage and just waited for me to come up the hill. So it's not a huge walk, but it's a bit of a walk between the two spaces. So she's doing really good. She's super smart for a puppy, and she still does puppy things. She's like 90% house trained. 90, yeah. And I frequently say potty trained because I've potty trained so many people lately. But I switch it to house trained to sound more professional. But yesterday, however, I'm like, ooh, do you need to go out? Because she has cues, and mainly I'm trained. And she just looked at me and peed. I'm like, what? She got kicked out real quick, and she's just like, what? So,
I didn't do anything.
I had to pee. What's the problem?
Oh, man. Okay, so what's your opinion on dogs out there, folks? Train them, heal them? Should dogs heal? Should all dogs heal? Is your dog trained to heal? Oh, man. Do you walk your German Shepherd on a retractable leash?
I've never had one of those. I've never been fond of them. I really like them.
Either.
And I'll let them go off and sniff to do their stuff. But otherwise, when we're walking, I hold the lead in my right hand, and the left hand has the other side of the lead that I hold it.
Yep.
And
close. Yep.
Right. And if I drop it, they know they've gone too far. And they're supposed to stop then and wait.
Yep.
So you're not like yanking them. It's a subtle cue, but when I drop it, she tends to. She's not as good as the other dogs, but
she'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I think.
All right, new puppy. Anybody else out there got a new puppy? I saw another Facebook friend of mine had a new Saint Bernard puppy that I saw today. So cute. Anyway.
I really miss our Mastiff, but I can't do the slime again.
Oh, the slobber. Yeah.
It was bad. So, all right.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.